Hello everybody, this is Yousef and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to have another Persian dish that I already made one with a different meat. So this is most loved food in Iran, and this is rice and green beans, rice. The last that I made, it was a solid meat, was a lamb meat, but this one is with the ground beef. It's almost the same way to cook it, but there was so many requests, so I had to make it. Let's go over the ingredients and start making it. All right, what we have here is 2 cups of rice. I already washed it, cleaned it, went through a few times with rinse it, and is ready to cook. I have about 1 1/4 of pound, which is about like a 650 gram green beans, and I already cut this because I saved the time. Here what we do is just the top, each side of it, we're gonna cut it like this, okay, and then the size should be about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. So to be this almost, it's not going to be all the same because of the length of the beans are different, but this is how we cut it and put it aside. I do have about 1 pound or half a kilogram of a ground beef. This is actually is very lean, is a 5% fat on it, but you don't have to. If you like it, you know, choose your ground meat. You can use also ground any kind of meat, turkey, chicken, or lamb. I do have about 4 tablespoons of tomato paste, a little bit of the liquid saffron. I have 1 onion, which is going to be cut in small pieces. I do have 2 potato. This is not a part of ingredients. I'm going to use that when I make a rice. I put it on the bottom of the pan. Need some cooking oil. Here I have 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, about almost 1 teaspoon turmeric, a half a teaspoon cinnamon powder, and 1 cinnamon stick. So first we are going to start with sauteing our green beans, and then we go step by step for the rest of the ingredients. Okay, for sauteing our beans, green beans, need a little bit of oil, and put them all here, and just do it about like maybe 10 minutes or so. As soon as, you know, just get the little bit of the heat each side, then we put this aside and we start sauteing our onion, then you add the meats, and so and so. Okay, so just turn around, so make sure all of them get the same heat and saute a little bit. While this doing sauteing away, let's go and cut our onion. All right, we're gonna cut our onion with the small pieces. Okay, this is enough. You just put this aside and start sauteing our onion. Okay, we are going to use the same pan to saute our onion. Okay, just let it just about 1 minute, that's enough. So start putting our turmeric, half of it. All right, and then it seems we need a little bit more oil because you know our meats are very lean and this is kind of dry. All right, it's the time for our meat. All right, it's the time for add some other spices like pepper, salt, and the rest of turmeric here. We keep this cinnamon powder when we just mixing it with the rice. That's for that time. All right, mix them well together, and then it's the time to add our tomato paste. All right, here we put our tomato paste here. All right, we do this about like 3 to 4 minutes when you add the tomato paste, so to make sure that it get together and all mix and get the color out. And after that, then we should add a little bit water and let them cook for about 20 minutes to up to 30 minutes. And at that time, we prepare our rice, and when it's finished, then they mix both together. All right, we just put about like maybe 1 cup of water, and this is the time to drop the cinnamon stick and also some saffron for a color and a taste. All right, we reduce the heat to low and let them simmer for, as I said, for 20 to 30 minutes. And we go prepare our rice at this time. Put the lid on it and let it cook with the low heat. And let's go over this pot and make our rice. I already have some boiling water. Add a little bit more. All right, and put our rice. All right. There is some salt always. I put it in because we're gonna drain. Actually, it doesn't matter how much salt. It keeps not to get apart, and the rice is gonna become longer and more solid. So after it start boiling, about few minutes, maybe 1-2 minutes after it's boiling, is the time to drain the excess water and rinse it to get the salt out. Then is the time to mix both meat and the rice together. We see you then. All right, 10 minutes after you start cooking it, and now just is the time to add the green beans, because I don't want to be overcooked, so want of the shape being thick. That's why I'm putting it a little bit later. And then because also it's going to be steam cooked in with the rice, and that's so it's much better to not to put it at the same time. So give them a little bit delay between cooking meats and beans, and so another 10 to 15 more minutes. This is going to be done. As you see, our rice is going to be done at the same time. All right, if you see here, it's boiling about a minute or so. It's almost ready to be drained because it's a halfway cooked. So it's time to drain the water. Let's do that. Add some oil, and if you remember, I was talking about the potato. This is for just putting in the bottom of the pan to make it nice and crispy. Then we mix other stuff and put on the top of it. All right, this is ready, our rice ready, and it's a time to put them together. Let's do that. So I put all my potatoes there. Now add a little bit of just the rice itself in the bottom of it, so to prevent of burning the bean or meat. Then we are going to mix the rest of the rice with the meat in a bigger pan, then put them back to original one. Now it's a time for adding the cinnamon powder that I hold it for this time. All right, we mix this together very carefully, slowly, not to break too much of the rice. And after we mix it, for adding a more color and a taste, just put the rest of the saffron here. And it looks wonderful already. Let's go and transfer this to the pot that does have potato on the bottom of it. Here we are. Let me get the bigger spoon. Right, we are finishing it. It looks great, and it tastes going to be even better. All right, we're going back to the heat, and we put it on a little bit high heat first, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. As soon as it starts steaming, then we have to put the lid with the kitchen cloth and then leave it there for another 25 minutes. Then our food gonna be totally ready. So let's do that. Now at this time, the people, they like, add the butter. It's a time to put few pieces on the top of it, and it gets melted and mix all together, and for even better taste. So if you want to do it, this is the time to do. I make some hole so the steam goes up easier. Put the lid, put it on a high heat for maybe 4 to 5 minutes. When you see the steam all over on the lid, then it's a time to cover it with the kitchen cloth and reduce the heat for 20 to 25 minutes. Then the food definitely is going to be ready. See you then. Okay, if you look at here, you see this is steaming very well right here. And now I decided to put some pieces of butter, not too much, just a little bit. You can do the same thing. Okay, and it's the time for kitchen cloth. Okay, and we reduce the heat to very low and let it be cooking about 20 to 25 minutes at the most. Then we're gonna serve the dinner. Okay guys, this is the result. Our food serving right now is very beautiful, is done, and the taste is great. We usually eat this with not either, 100% everybody Iranian eat this with the salad shirazi. This is a salad shirazi. We talk about it a few times in our video. It's a cucumber, Persian cucumber, onion, and tomato. So then you add salt, pepper, and either a lime juice or a sour grape juice, and that's going to be delicious with a little bit of the olive oil. Also, we have some herbs that the sabzi khordan is a basil, tarragon, a spring onion, and radish. These are the potato that I was talking. This just came very wonderfully look, and it's so delicious just by itself. All right, everybody, thank you so much again and for watching my video, and till next time with another Persian dish. Bye.